Hello friends, today we are talking about all the chemistry you need to know about water. First thing you need to know about water is that it is a polar bond, which means its electron distribution is unequal and asymmetric. Another thing that makes water polar is that oxygen is extremely electronegative while hydrogen is not. Electronegativity is an atom's attraction for electrons, so if something is highly electronegative, that means that it wants a lot of electrons. Now a nonpolar bond would be an equal distribution of electrons and a symmetric electron field. Something that is important to note is that only covalent bonds can be polar and nonpolar. Covalent bonds are bonds that share electrons, whereas ionic bonds are bonds that give electrons to its buddy. An example of an ionic bond is NaCl, or table salt. Sodium is extremely positive, and chlorine is extremely negative, and they attract each other. An example of a covalent bond is CH4 or methane. There's another type of bonding, which is called hydrogen bonding, which is pretty much exclusive to water. Hydrogen bond is between, you guessed it, hydrogen and another extremely electronegative atom. So in water, the reason that water swishes around the way it does and it can be separated into droplets is because of these really weak hydrogen bonds. The thing about water is that it does not like to stay faithful to one bond. So hydrogen bonds happen, and it's also at the same time these H2O molecules are making bonds with all of these ones around them because water is polar, and which means that there's a positive and a negative side to it, so all of these positive and negative sides are all making weak hydrogen bonds with each other all at once. The large difference between electronegativity between oxygen and hydrogen is what makes water itself a polar cell, which means its charge is not equally distributed throughout it. This unequal charge is what allows hydrogen bonds to happen. All this chemistry is necessary to learn the properties of water, which are cohesion, adhesion, high heat capacity, and surface tension. Cohesion is that property that we just talked about, which is hydrogen bonds. Those hydrogen bonds, they like to stay together, break apart, stay together. The property of adhesion is caused because water is polar, which means it likes to interact with other polar things as well. It will not mix with oil because oil is nonpolar, so water loves to stick and adhere to other polar things. Surface tension is caused by the interaction between hydrogen bonds and air. Air actually strengthens those hydrogen bonds and makes them more stable, so that's why water can kind of make a cusp over a cup when you fill it up too much, is because of that interaction between air and those hydrogen bonds. Water's high capacity for heat is also because of hydrogen bonds. So hydrogen bonds breaking and rebonding is what causes water to be able to create a stable temperature. That is all for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.